in the labor she does. You have to see her as a human being, right? You got to respect her. You got to respect what she quote unquote brings to the table, right? You got to appreciate her. It's all the answer is always the same thing. It's always you got to unpack your misogyny ultimately, right? Because that's where it stems from.
I would
Right.
even go. I would even go as far as to say,
Whoa, wait. I want to let life go because he just came up here. Let life go. Because you brought him up. I want to hear what life of Dennis NYC has to say. Go ahead, life of Dennis NYC.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Yeah, I mean, I think generally speaking, we were talking about the point about women, providing or just doing certain stuff in the household. Generally speaking, I mean, I don't see a lot of women buying cars or things of that sort in relationships. Me, I fall in the category of provider for my now fiance. And just generally speaking, I would never want her to feel like she's in a position where she had to come up and work and do certain things. I mean, she's running her own business alongside of me as well, but I don't feel like that's something that she wants to do. Especially like I said, I'm a Christian, I'm a believer.
Wait. So your girl has a business. Is she making money?
Yeah.
Significant money?
I'm sorry?
Is it substantial or is she just making some money? Is it a profitable business?
It's a 6-figure plus business.
So you're not a provider.
How so?
How could you be? She makes 6 figures. What do you make? Are you a millionaire or something like that?
I make a significant amount of money.
Okay. I mean, but she makes 6 figures. So
correct.
You're not a provider. So that's what I'm saying, which makes it even weirder. Wait. So what you're saying is her money is her money, and then you just pay for everything?
No, so we live in New York, right? New York City. 6 figures in New York is not high income.
I'm in LA. Trust me, I understand. Mm-hmm.
Right. So by that standard, I am the breadwinner.
I don't know what that means.
Because in New York, you can't live on $100,000. I mean, if you make $100,000 in New York City, you're pretty much in poverty.
Okay, but that's not true. But I hear you though. You need a lot of money to live in New York City. You make more money than her, but she makes a significant amount of money.
It's not a significant amount of money. That's the point I'm trying to explain to you. In New York City, it is not. $100,000 is not a lot of money in New York City.
So she makes 6 figures. She makes $100,000 even.
Not exactly, but I'm saying in the low 6 figures.
Low 6 figures. Okay.
100, 130, 140, right?
So if she,
but my question, $700 a month for one of our vehicles, $700 a month.
So if she didn't, if she wasn't with you, she would just move to Brooklyn and live a good lifestyle. That's what I'm saying. So she don't need you.
You can't live in Brooklyn. Again, I'm explaining to you. I know you live in LA. I've lived in New York all my life. You cannot live here on $100,000. It is not happening.
Sir.
Sure. If you want to live in the projects, yes. But
not even in the projects. I'm just saying, I know that's not true. Once again, New York and LA are very similar. No. They're not that much different. They're not. I know. They're not. Based on what? Based on what numbers? You want me to look it up right now? I can look it up right now. I can tell you without a doubt. New York and LA are very close.
So very close. Do you own a car?
Yeah.
How much do you pay for car insurance per month?
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't even know. That's not even a joke. I probably pay $300, $250-ish, somewhere around here.
Right. I'll explain to you right now, right? On my personal vehicles and through my company's vehicles, right? We're paying $700 per vehicle. That's just insurance. That's not including payments. That's not including parking, which on parking alone, for a small car in New York, you're paying $600 to $700 a month. So and that's not including rent. That's not including gas. That's not including the maintenance. That's not including so many other things.
That's why a lot of people don't have cars in New York.
An average lifestyle. That's what I'm saying. So when you say $100,000,
does the average New Yorker have a car in New York?
No, you can't afford one. That's the point.
That's not an average. Hold on, wait. Even before when you could afford it, they didn't have cars though. So it's not an average New York lifestyle, right? You're not describing the average New York lifestyle. That's what I'm saying. We can do this all day. Trust me. I'm not stupid. I understand money fairly well. What you're describing to me is, I know it's not true. You're not living in poverty if you make 6 figures, even in New York. I know that. But I get it. You couldn't sustain. Look, You couldn't sustain your lifestyle. I hear you, but you're not going to be living in poverty. That's all I'm saying. Period. I don't know there's no debate there to me. So
unless you're paying $2,500 a month for a studio, you're not living in necessarily a desirable neighborhood specifically. So that's not saying, oh, you living completely in the trenches, but you're not living in a condo.
Okay. I'm not denying. I get that
Brooklyn is the middle ground. Brooklyn is kind of like the middle ground, more or less.
Oh,
right?
That's why I said. You said New York. You said like New York City. I know. I'm figuring you're talking about like Manhattan. Like where are we talking about?
Downtown Brooklyn. And mind you, like I said, I grew up and I lived in Brooklyn. I've lived in New York City my entire life, in Brooklyn specifically. If you live downtown Brooklyn, if you live on the border, like where Brooklyn and Manhattan meet, the cheapest condo that you're paying for a studio is about $2,500 per month. If you go, let's say maybe 10, 15 minutes further back, you're still paying about $2,100, $2,500 a month for a one bedroom. And that's not necessarily, that's more getting to the borderline of you getting into what's
I think what you're missing though, my point is that your woman can provide for herself. She doesn't need you to provide for her. That's all I was saying.
Okay, if she lives in, let's say, a less than desirable neighborhood, doesn't have a car, sure. Yes,
you don't gotta live in New York.
Ultimate circumstance, yes. On $100,000, yes, you could live somewhere and have something to eat. Yes, like that's like, but that's not what most women want to live on nowadays.
Also cap, but okay. I think you're just saying stuff.
So people. So what you're saying is people want to live below the average lifestyle?
No. I think you're just making up in your mind because you just said having a car in New York is the average lifestyle, and we just established that it's not because most people don't have cars.
But
even before cars were,
it's hard to do anything in New York without a car. To be 100% honest with you, yes, you don't want to necessarily. You don't want to, like, most people can't afford to have one, but if people had a choice, they would though.
Friends that live in New York, and none of them have a car. New York is very...
Yes, it's walkable. You can take... Yes, we have one of the best public transportation systems in the world. That's not the point. My point is, if people could afford to have a car, they would. Because when you like going to the store, like right now, right? If you wanted to go, let's say, to a grocery store that was 20, 30 minutes away that only sold specific produce that you wanted to specifically buy that was imported, you would have to probably take an Uber, which is going to cost you, let's say, an average, right? Like, I'll give you a fair comparison, right? In LA, a 30-minute Uber ride will probably cost you $20, will cost you $70 in New York City. The same distance, same amount of time, everything is overinflated here. So my point is, you can't really, like, if you had the ability to have a car.
No, wait, hold on, wait. Here's what I'm saying. It's getting too convoluted. What is the point in all of this? That you're the provider, but you're not. We already established that. But keep going. So what's the point?
I mean, all right, okay. I mean, so I don't understand what your
okay. So the provide to me. I'm going to tell you what I say provider. You are 100% responsible. Not you make more money, right?
Right. So are we now bringing in the fact of like emotional and all that other stuff into the fact?
No, I'm just talking about money because when most men talk about providing, they don't know shit about emotional stability. They don't know anything about that. They just talk about money. So I'm just talking about money.
I just want to clarify the conversation. Okay. Yeah. All right. So if we're only speaking on money, yes. Mm-hmm. To be 100% honest with you, as someone who's lived in New York City and grew up here his entire life, I believe you have to make at least $250,000 just to be able to live what would be, I guess, considered a decent lifestyle, and let's say in like the Midwest, right? So like
that's what you got to make in LA,
right? No, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. So like, in let's say, like the example I like to give is right. Okay, if you lived in the Midwest, it might cost you $15 to $45, let's just say, to go bowling, right, in the Midwest.
But I'm just trying to figure out what does this have to do with what we're talking about? I'm so confused.
Because you're talking about being a provider, right? Like, and what I'm saying is, if we're only strictly talking about financial, you have to make a certain amount of money to be able to provide financially. If you are not making that amount of money, how are you being provided for?
How are you being provided for? What are you talking about?
I'm saying from a woman's perspective, if that man does not make a certain amount of money, he cannot provide for you. Is what I'm claiming.
Most men aren't providers.
Right.
I don't know, bro. Like you conflicting your points.
Yeah, I'm not understanding. Hold on. Let me read this super chat. Hold on. Let me. I got you right now. Life. You go. I read it. Also saying six figure New Yorker. You can live well. Stop renting. Also lives in New York, so she disagrees with you. Charnay says I work 40 plus hours a week. You ain't my provider. Yeah. That's crazy. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Life.
All right, so pretty much like I said, I mean, I think we're beating a dead horse, right? So the reason why I came up was because originally there was a comment somebody had made about, I think about the woman taking back the car or something like that during the argument, something to that degree. Yeah. And I said, well, that usually men don't, usually men are not in that position because women don't buy cars for men. Like, that's not something women generally do. Sure, you might find a woman every once in a while who's like, hey, like she's up enough to be able to financially afford a car. But generally speaking, I don't find women buying men cars.
What percentage? What percentage of women are the breadwinners for their family? Married women specifically. What percentage of women do you know?
I don't, but I know in New York City, I know a lot of women who are
not in New York. We got it.
No, I'm saying I don't know. I don't.
The world is bigger than so. You know what I mean?
I just know in New York City, I know a lot of women who are financially doing better than.
Okay, but if you don't know the number, it's fine.
Yeah. So, no, that's okay. I don't know the number.
Yeah. So around 16% of women are the breadwinners. What percentage of men are the breadwinners in their families?
I don't know. It's probably low, honestly. I don't
about
really know.
About 25%. About 25%. So 16 to 25%, right? So it's only 9 points difference, right? It's correct. Significant enough, but men make more money than women on average, so that makes sense. So at least 16% of women buy cars for men, and 25% of men buy cars for women. Everybody in between, the man ain't buying a car for her, and she not buying a car for him because they both contribute to the same pot. You see what I'm saying?
You got you. Yep.
So I don't know, when you say women don't buy cars for men, it's a lie. Just same way I would say men always buy cars for women, also a lie. Also, I sold cars for a long time. I sold cars for over a decade. Men like to spend money frivolously on things like cars, right?
Right.
Men would come in and the wife would be like, I'm good with my car, and he would talk her into buying the car. Very rarely was the woman talking the man into buying a car. I promise y'all, I would say this is totally subjective, right? Totally anecdotal. I'll acknowledge all of that. But in my experience, I would say 90% of the time, if a woman was involved, you were trying to convince the woman that buying the car was the move. The men were always ready to buy. You could get over on a man easily. The women were always like, nah, we don't need it, babe. We don't. $700 with 15 grand down. Do we need a new truck? Our truck is only 5 years old. Oh, but babe, I need the new. No, we need to pull the boat. We don't have a boat yet, Chet. But I don't want you to buy a boat. And then they would argue about the boat for 30 minutes. I'll have to leave and come back. Okay, so look. What can we do? I'm going to trade this. Like, he just wanted something new. Men would buy new cars for their women. That don't mean shit, though. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm saying that men want to use that leverage of being the sole provider where the woman is dependent on him, because what I'm saying is if you bought a car for your woman, right? And you were like, I'm going to take it back from you. Take it back. She makes enough money to buy her own car. You see what I'm saying? Right. If I buy a car for my wife and I threaten to take it back. She can afford her own car, right?
Right.
Men also will often buy cars and buy things for women just so they can throw it in their face later. They use it as leverage. That's my point. That's what this all is about.
No, hey, hold on, Paul. I got something to ask you, though, Paul. Ain't this financial?
Hold on. Let life go real quick. Prototype. I got you. Let life finish real quick. Go ahead.
All right.
No, yeah, real quick. Like, I definitely don't agree with you on that point. 100%. Like, men do that type of stuff all the time. So I'm not disagreeing with you. I was only just making a comment in reference to the whole car thing, right? I definitely do. I definitely do think people do that in general. They will buy things or do things to only get some sort of, let's say, gain for themselves at some later point or leverage. So yes,
But women don't do that often, though. That's what I'm saying. I don't see that typically in women. Women buy you a car because you need a car.
100%.
Men buy you a car even if you don't need a car, so they can say, "I bought you that car." So yeah, to your point, you know what? I'll take it back. You're right. Men do buy cars for women more than women buy cars for men. I agree. But the reason why men buy cars for women is to throw it in their face. That would be my point. You see what I'm saying? Like I agree with you. Fuck it. You got it. I concede that point to you. No doubt about it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, yes, I do believe people do a lot of things because of their own selfish personal interests. Me personally, like I said, I mean, I just don't agree. Like I don't agree with doing those types of things for people only to get some sort of gain, right? Like for me in my relationship, like I'm not buying my girlfriend, future fiance, a car to be like, I'm gonna take it back like when we get into argument, right? And I think it really just boils back down to like, who are you as a person? Who are you dating? Why are you dating this person? Like this just goes into a completely different conversation other like than the topic. But yes, I do agree people buy things just to get some sort of advantage or like have some sort of leverage.
I think I want to be clear though. I think men do that. I'm not saying no women do that. I'm not saying that. Women do that. Don't get me wrong, right? There is a group of women that do that. No doubt about it. But typically, women don't do that. And typically, I do think most men do it for those reasons. Not with everything, by the way. Like, I don't buy my wife stuff so I can throw it in her face. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not it, right? But I definitely think that when the men that we're describing, the men that are like, I want to be the sole provider. I got to make all the money. I bought you. I'm going to buy a house for you. No, it's all on me. No. Like most of that is just rooted in the idea that what is this woman going to be able to tell me if I'm buying all of this shit? She ain't going to be able to check me on nothing. Let me cheat in peace. I deserve a side chick. Be my doormat. Be my wife slave. Be my cellmate, not my soulmate. That's where I think most men who think like this, that's where I think their mindset lies most of the time.
No, 100%. And like I said, I definitely agree with you. And unfortunately, sometimes I have to forget my mentality on things, if not the world's mentality. So to me, that's weird activity. But you know, like I said, like, you know, I speak to my female friends and they tell me certain stuff, or even just women in general. Like I'll be on TikTok watching certain videos, and it'll be like I don't even understand like where are you finding these men at? Like, so I'm like, I just have
the average man.
Right, but I'm like, but the circle of men that I run in, I don't even like these types of conversations aren't even in play. So I'm like, I don't even understand where you're finding these people. Like as the meme go, like who are these niggas? Because I just can't find them
everywhere. They in your circle. I guarantee you, it's a lot of niggas in your circle. That's this nigga. You just don't know because you ain't dating these dudes. How would you know?
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? Like I bet, like you. If you ain't doing it, you're the anomaly. You're the rarity, right? But I guarantee you, it's more niggas in your circle that do that than not do it. There's more dudes in your circle that do be abusing their women and manipulating their women and doing all of that shit than that's not doing it. That's what I'm saying.
No, that's true. And like I said, yeah, I mean, I don't hear every conversation. I don't see every like. No. So yeah, so I definitely agree.
They ain't like the women gonna come to you and be like, "Hey, you know what your homie did last?" Like they ain't gonna tell you either. So you would never know. The man will never tell you, and the woman ain't gonna never tell you.
No, yeah, I mean, I definitely agree on that point though, for sure.
But if you listen to the women, here's what I be saying though. Here's why it's important to listen to the women and not listen to the men when it comes to this, or most things, but definitely with this stuff. Women are telling you over and over and over again. Oh, I've been with 10 dudes like that. I've been with 17 dudes like that. I've been with 5 dudes like that. I've been with 3 dudes like that. My ex-husband was like just you know what I mean? Like testimony after testimony after testimony. And I'm like, okay, I could at some point I'm believing that to be true. And then when you talk to the men, none of the men do it. So I'm like, wait. Who has the bigger reason to lie here? The men that are, the men that need to protect their image and their ego and all of that stuff, or the women that are like, victims of this stuff. You know what I mean? Just in general, like who's more likely to lie, the victim or the perpetrator? The perpetrator. So I tend to lean more towards the victims. Like, yeah, of course, I believe that the victims are telling the truth. Is every victim telling? I mean, are all of these people victims? Maybe not. Most of them are, though. Vast majority, I would guarantee you. Some of them probably not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or is all of these dudes lying? Nah. Some of them are probably telling the truth. But the vast majority of them, definitely lying. Definitely lying. I talk to dudes in real life about this shit all the time. And they be lying. They be withholding information from you. They don't be telling your own flesh and blood to look at you in the eye and lie to you about some shit that happened between him and his girl. Easily.
Yeah.
Dead in your eyes. Yep. Bro, would you know this girl said you can get the fuck out tomorrow? And then you be like, damn, bro, for real, she was talking to you that quick? Yup. All because I said, excuse me, can I wash the dish? You be like, wait, how did y'all get there? Well, you know, I can't. And then you tell the story, you sitting there like, And then I said it just like this. Hey, can I wash the dish? And she was like, dude, you always trying to wash dishes when I'm washing dishes. And then I was like, I'm sitting there listening to the story like, ain't no fucking way this was the reaction you got from this conversation, my nigga. Ain't no way. And then when I start pressing them, the shit start coming out. Oh, yeah, because I used to not press. I used to just believe niggas.
Right. Yeah.
I used to think everybody was telling it. Oh, no, they did. Then I started listening to what, because I talk to the women sometimes in a relationship, and the women to be telling me, they'll tell me a story, and the story they told me sound completely different than the story this nigga just told me. And she telling me the story right in front of him. So I know she ain't lying, because he ain't saying nothing. He ain't bucked up one time. You said what?
No, I said he's sitting there looking stupid.
He looking dumb. He's in there doing this shit the whole time in the corner, grinding his fucking, biting his fucking lip. I'm looking at the nigga. I'm mad as fuck for believing him. Like she looking at me, telling me the story right here. I'm looking at this nigga like, fuck your ass up, nigga. Cause why the fuck is you lying? What is we doing here?
So, Paul, do these niggas lie that good to get multiple chances at these different women? Because a lot of these niggas be messing up some good women, man. And I'm sick of it. I'm tired.
They don't lie that good. What they do is they lie, and then the women might believe them in the beginning, but then at some point the women clock it. But then they're like, I got to give him a chance. I'm gonna give him a chance to grow. I'm gonna give him a chance to be better. I'm gonna give him a chance to be better.
And that's the problem, Paul. Clock that, fix that, Paul. Clock that, clock it. Don't say no more until you clock it, Paul. Clock that shit right there. That's the problem. Potential is the problem.
It's not though. It's not though. The problem is men need to be better. The problem isn't women giving us chances. The problem is
you're right, Paul. So hear me out. I feel like until men get this awareness or they need to change, women need to. I ain't telling what women need to do, but but you are telling them what they need to do, and that's where we run into the problem. Let's not talk to women about anything. Let's not say that's the problem because they're giving us chances. That's a weird take. No, it ain't, Paul. Hear me out.
That has gotten 10,000 chances to tell women y'all need to stop giving these niggas chances is a wild take. To me,
how is it wild when you corrected the behavior? I haven't acted like this since I was in my teens. You know
that's
what I'm saying?
fine, but sir, those women still gave you those chances and you still burned them.
I mean,
you see what I'm saying?
You can't fault somebody from being aware, but when you address something once and they keep doing it, that's when you put their feet to the fire. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's not. That's not how it works. When you are the fucking chef turning up the heat, nigga, you can't blame them. You see what I'm saying? You can't, nigga, you the oven, you the stove, you the fire. You talking about we gotta blame them for burning. Like, no, stop. We the problem. Let's just address us. Let's just stick to men. It's super easy. Like men, every single time, I'm gonna redirect a man every time he try to divert and focus his attention on women's behavior. It's so women's behavior we need to leave that shit to them.
But Paul, I understand you. But this is what I'm saying. Women already have this motion going. So it's nothing that I'm grabbing out my ass telling you that they need to do. They already got this motion going.
Okay, then why are we talking? Even more of a reason. Why are we talking about it then?
Because if they get off what they standing on and they go back into
Hold
and
on,
back
that don't even
into
make right there. That don't make sense. If we all you just acknowledged that they already got motion in that direction. Boom, problem solved. We know the women is good. They moving in the right direction. Now, can we go back to the men's?
yeah, we can.
Okay,
So
cool.
okay,
We ain't moving in the right direction.
okay, Paul. I feel you. So
We
tell
ain't even
me.
started in the right direction.
So
Can we go back to? Can we get back to
hold
us?
on, Paul. Yes, you're right, Paul. You're right. So this is what I'm saying. Do you believe most men are headstrong?
Headstrong or stubborn?
Both.
Not both. One. Headstrong is, I would think, like a good thing. It has notes of positivity. Are most men stubborn? Yes. Are most men combative? Yes. Are most
Okay, well,
men disagreeable? Yes. Yeah.
okay, well, let's stand on the last one then. So if we try to correct the behavior within men and they don't do that, which is more likely to happen? Correct the man's behavior on first sight, or you know what I'm saying, stand with the women that already got it or got motion going?
You do both. Of course I'm standing with the women that's like, if a woman is like 4B, I'm like, yes. If women say we choose a bear, I'm like, absolutely. If women say we going celibate, we going 0 dark 30 on these niggas for the next 20 years, run it. I'm supporting whatever women are doing as a group. I'm going to support it. But I'm leaving that up to them. I'm not focusing any fucking time, effort, or energy in talking to them about it. That's what I'm saying. Instead, I would rather focus on what men do and help as many men as possible.
I understand, Paul, and this is my take on it. I say I'm still standing on what I'm saying because you have to script these men of their power. You know what I'm saying? So like the prompt what you had the other day with Cam Newton. If women don't feed into they bullshit, he won't have no choice but to change. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm good on that. I'll break that down why that's problematic. Let me read the super chat. Osa said, Puppy just said none of you Negroes would have a chance if we walked away at first sign. That's what be pissing me off about men and be like, choose better. I'm like, you would never get chosen. So don't say that. Like, I'm just saying, I'm telling men, like, I'm sorry. I ain't gonna even hold you. I tell men to avoid women all the time. Just leave women alone. You don't know how to treat women. You really don't like women. Leave women alone. I feel very confident and comfortable telling men to leave women alone. I think that's fine. But at the same time, I'm also like, you dummies, because the reason why I'm saying is I know men don't mean that. Men don't really want women to choose better because guess what? When women say I'm being celibate, they go on whole campaigns to shame women for being celibate. When women say I choose the bear, they go on whole hate campaigns saying, go be with the bear. He gonna gobble you up. So when y'all don't...
Man, a lot of these niggas don't even classify
men
as men though, Paul. A lot of these niggas don't classify as men.
We're not doing that. They're all
I'm for real because a lot of these men, they do not like men. Women. So I'm speaking on the men that's stuck in their ways and just need a little awareness of what
they're
going
all
on.
men. They're all men. They're all men. Whether they like women or not, they're all men. Let me read this again. Public just said none of you Negroes would have a chance if we walked away at first sight. We believe you will be better, but better never comes. Yes, that is something for women to deal with. If women want to walk away from men completely, I support that.
I do too, honestly.
If women want to stick around and help men grow, I support it. Like whatever women want to do collectively, I support it. Individual, I support it. Don't matter. I ain't got nothing to tell. I ain't got nothing to do with that shit. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me and ain't got nothing to do with you. Now, me on the other hand, when it comes to men, yeah, let's talk. Let's talk. Let's huddle up. For real. Because I'm really like we are at this point where like men are just unwilling. We're just unwilling to learn and we're unwilling to grow. Go ahead, Life.
Yeah, man. Very, very interesting takes. I don't know. Can I give maybe a controversial take for a second?
That's all. I love controversial takes. Go ahead. I live for them.
All right. So to be honest with you, I don't think a lot of men like the women that they're dating. To be honest with you,
it's not controversial. Not over here, at least. We believe that over here. Go ahead. We listen.
Well, I mean, and like I say that because I feel like a lot of the stuff that men are doing or also not doing is because they're not with the girl that they quote unquote deem the girl that they want to be with.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that part.
How specifically, or why so?
Because they don't like women in general. There is no perfect woman. Here's how it works. They want a woman to be a doormat, right? They want a woman to be a wife slave. But if they get a wife slave, they're just going to abuse her and then cheat on her with somebody else. So it doesn't matter. It's never, you see what I'm saying? It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, because the women that they want are women who are going to withstand or subject themselves to, or allow themselves to be subjected to tons of abuse. Those are the women that they want. I don't care what they look like. That's number one on the list. That's the perfect woman for them. The woman that is going to allow that man to remain in his dysfunction for the duration of their relationship. That's the woman for them. It's hard to find that woman, though. It's hard to find that woman. It's hard to find that woman that ain't gonna challenge you at all. Some women challenge more, some women challenge less. But at all, that woman almost doesn't exist. But that's the perfect woman, and that woman almost doesn't exist, right? So I don't think it has anything to do with, because I think most women are better than most men. And when I say better, I mean they're better suited to be in a relationship. I think most women are better suited to be in a relationship with men. So what the fuck can men complain about? What can we say when the women?
So all the things that you say bad about men, does that apply to you as well, or no? Or are you the exception?
Oh my God.
Say something real quick.
Rachel, hold on. Rachel, stop with the weird takes.
The bad things you say about men, does that apply to you as well? Or are you a woman today?
Some of them apply.
Or do they apply to you or not?
Some of them apply. Some of them don't.
So some of them apply for you, but they all apply to everybody, all the other men. All the other men, it all applies to them. It's just something.
I don't say all. You see how stupid that is? Only dumb people say all. Only dumb people who don't understand context clues assume all when we say men in general.
What kind of father figure paints his nail in front of his son, though? Seriously, this is a serious question. Like, let's say that you were raised with your father in a healthy relationship, right? As I assume you're doing, and I don't even like to do all this personal stuff, but I would never paint my nails and be around my son and showing him that's cool. Who are you trying to be, Public Wade? Like Dwayne Wade? Is this like a Public Wade thing where you're encouraging certain types of behaviors, or is this you making like a statement, like it's okay, son, if you want to do this? Like, what is that? Because to me, that doesn't seem healthy.
Can I?
Go ahead, Johnny.
Okay, so to address what Life of Dennis had said, basically about like the dream. Basically, you're talking about like the concept of like a dream woman. That does not exist. I feel like that is a way for men to try to triangulate women against each other, and then since women are socialized to internalize stuff that men do to us, and we take it personal, like we reflect when men treat us a certain way, and we think like, oh, something must be wrong with us, that's why he's acting like XYZ. So that whole concept of like a dream woman, I think it's just a way to like make women feel bad, like try to make women feel like they're not good enough for you. And that's not really the case, because even when y'all do get with the ideal woman, y'all end up still like treating her like crap. Just like I don't believe in the concept of like the one that got away, because was she really the one that got away? Like, what would be different if you were to actually like if you actually got with that woman, the one that got away, like that, what does that mean? What does that prove? It doesn't prove like the relationship is actually going to work, because y'all usually treat women bad who do turn you down, and then they turn around and do give you a chance. Y'all usually treat those women bad because you're trying to get like your lick back, which I think is very weird. You're just better off like not getting with that woman if that's your intentions to begin with. So yeah, that whole dream women stuff, it's weird. It's just another way to like triangulate women, and it's another way for like try to make women feel bad for not like, I guess, being good enough. I just think that's weird.
I think they use that to be like, for other women to give men chances too. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not because it's not him. It's not the man. It's just the connection was off. So let me try another one. Oh, the connection was off. Let me try another one. Oh, the connection was off. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, oh no, it ain't. It's just I just couldn't find a perfect woman. Like, man, get up out of here. As if you were the perfect man. So how are women able to make it work with men who they don't deem to be perfect at all? And they do the work and they try to help the man, but the man need the woman to be fucking ready to go. And she got to be perfect, and she can't, like, she got to be a doormat or whatever the case may be. She got to be a fucking freaky virgin and a submissive provider. And you know what I mean? Like, niggas is all over the place with this shit. Let me read this super chat. Bumblebee said, hold on. Bumblebee said, oh God, not Rachel. Get him out of here. We go through this every time. She put 5 on his head. Go ahead, Rachel.
I don't know. Why did you just run from my question and just told the lady to go ahead and start speaking? Like, were you trying to think of like an answer to say, or like?
No, I was
why
trying
did you
to.
run
I
from?
was trying to. I was trying to bring the conversation back to the actual topic at hand. You
Yeah.
sitting here talking about nail polish, like nobody was even talking about that. That's why I did it. I intentionally did that to redirect the conversation
Yeah.
because I
And
think that's
I
rude. I
I
ain't gonna hold
understand that
you.
he
That's
allowed you to
rude.
do it because he's scared to answer my questions
No,
directly. He
nobody
needed
is
some time
scared
to
of
think.
nothing because
He
you
just
ain't
needed some time
asking
to
nothing
think.
important up here. So what are you talking
Yeah.
about? That's
Nigga, ain't
rude.
Appreciate that,
nobody scared of
Sean.
your
Hold on.
whole
So
ass.
me asking the question about you painting your nails in front of your son, do you think that's a healthy way to raise a child? And what kind of father figure does this in front of their son? Are you trying to be a public Dwayne Wade or whatever he wants to be? Let me ask you a question, man. Would you want a husband, right, in your family? Would you want your husband to be painting his nose in front of his son? Do you think that would be healthy for your child growing up in your household?
What's the harm in it though? It
Is
ain't
that
no
healthy? Would
harm,
that
man.
be healthy to you? Hell no, that's not healthy.
What? But what are you considering healthy?
No, the sad thing when I see African American people, y'all just want to be in any kind of trend that Europeans set for you, and
A
y'all go along with
trend?
whatever they do. Y'all want to follow right afterwards.
What
Whatever
is
their
what's
arguments is, whatever their complaints are, y'all want it to be y'all arguments, y'all complaints. Now, let's
I
just be honest. Most of y'all probably believe in some kind of God. Most of y'all probably believe
Rachel,
in some kind of
Rachel,
religion.
can you crash out another time?
Most of y'all are not
Hey,
atheists.
hey,
Most of
hey,
y'all,
Rachel,
I'm
Rachel.
talking right now. You don't hear me
I
talking?
know.
Most of y'all are
Can you
most of y'all
crash
are
out
not
another
atheists, right?
time?
Most of y'all are
Can you
not
crash out
atheists.
another
So y'all
time?
probably believe in some
I
kind of
second it.
God.
I second it.
Y'all believe in some God. And you know that your God does not tell your husband to paint his nails. You know your God would disagree with
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
come back
What,
Rachel.
tomorrow,
what you
bro.
start
Come back
talking about,
tomorrow, bro.
he's
God?
going. Stop
Yeah, I
playing.
got
Come
you.
back tomorrow, bro.
Hold on, bro. Once you start talking about God, I mean, I was already checked out anyway. I didn't care.
He said, "Let me go ahead and clock out for you."
Yeah.
child?
I'll be honest with you.
Anyways,
Your
The
God would
reason I
totally
didn't answer
disagree
your
with it.
question is because A, it's disingenuous, and B, my son told me he liked my fingernails today. He said, "Damn," he said,
He
"Daddy,
did. You raised him to make him think that's cool.
well, he painted his nails before me. So how am I making him? He showed me it was cool." You see what I'm saying? See how stupid that is? I learned from him. Kids be teaching you shit sometimes. I was like, damn, how's my 5-year-old son more
Man, stop
comfortable?
lying. You was wearing your mom's heels at a young age.
Okay. Anyways, yeah.
Probably
I
playing in
don't
your
have,
mom's heels at the
hold on,
age of
man.
like
Hold on,
8.
hold on, bro. Hold on. Just stop. They got 10 on his head. But
Have you
wait,
ever wore her heels
I
before?
wanna
Have you ever wore your mom's shoes?
yeah. Everybody has.
See, I knew it.
Yeah, because everybody has. You did too.
Why he in the stairwell?
I don't know. He always somewhere with a lot of concrete around him. I don't know what it is, but it's always a lot of concrete around him.
Would encourage him to wear his mom's heels too? Go ahead,
No,
son.
you don't
Everybody
have
does
to
it.
encourage
Go ahead,
it.
put on her shoes. You already got your nails painted. Go ahead, put on her
Bro,
shoes, man.
you really derailing the conversation, man, and
He
you're
don't care.
proving it's crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
He don't
I ain't
care.
even
up
gonna lie.
nail polish, but you sitting
Damn,
here
bro.
talking about we're weird, and you
Out of
couldn't even
everything
answer
to
the
talk about.
prompt.
Man,
That's
anyway,
crazy.
I'm done. Listen, I'm done. Y'all go back to crying about men, complaining about men, making up lies about men, and
My guy, you're the one up here crashing out over
all
nail
that nonsense y'all
polish.
talking about. Y'all
You're
ain't
the
talking
one
about
up
shit.
here crashing out over
Y'all
nail
ain't talking about
polish.
shit.
Well,
You ain't talking
you're
about
evidence
nothing.
that we're telling the truth about men. But anyways, I digress. I just came up here to say Jazzy is the perfect example that you could do all this shit for men, and that man's still out there looking for his wife.
You
Y'all
got that man
clock that.
baby. You could be fine as wine, have that man baby, And yeah, this
Feeding
nigga
everybody on
has
Taco
anime gift
Tuesday.
and an
Don't
echo
even.
effect. Hold on. They said this nigga got an anime gift and anime gift and an echo effect. They were talking about Rachel. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kay.
Nah, but I was saying like how she was talking about Taco too, like how she feels so at peace because she created this peace in this home and everybody eats before her and she stands in the corner and she just watches everyone benefit from the peace that she created and she manifested in the house. And this man say he's still looking for his
He
wife.
said, "Look, hey, when Dr. Brian asked him, that boy looked to the gods and said, Lord willing." I said,
Listen,
diabolical, my nigga.
listen.
Not to the gods. That nigga said, Lord willing. I said, oh shit.
And I
Damn.
was looking at her video like, girl, stand up. Like he
Stand
literally was
up.
like, if you fuck with me, G-O-D, you'll flip. You'll flip this motherfucker. If you fuck with me, G-O-D, you'll send me a wife right now while my girlfriend at the house cooking.
Hey, he said, hey, Cam Newton is the poster child for don't let your girlfriend stop you from finding your wife.
Exactly. He's the king of BOA.
He
Because he
definitely
got
be
all the
away.
girls pregnant based on attraction.
He
And
won't Dr. Brian so bad.
he do.
I watched it again. I was like, he talked about it. How young will you go? Because he
He asked
younger
her
than I
3
said.
times
"Nigga."
would she want a nigga with kids. He asked her 3
He
times.
said no.
And he kept circling back. He said, so it's off the table. You wouldn't date a man with kids. No, that's not what I
No,
prefer.
nigga. Especially you.
He asked 3 times.
You had to make sure.
Especially you. He was so mad. He was like, it's a woman I can't have. It was just a chase for him. It wasn't even that